I'm 13 News Now. Meteorologist Craig Moeller with this tropical update. We are still looking at what is a potential tropical cyclone, something very likely to develop as it heads towards the Florida coastline on the Gulf side. It is already bringing a lot of rain across Cuba, and some of that heavier rain starting to push up through South Florida as well. This system, part of it kind of initiated from what was left from Agatha, that system, that hurricane that came in on the Pacific side of Mexico. As it came across, kind of broke up into a couple different little spins of low pressure, and the one that got back out over the Western Caribbean has continued to develop, and we're looking at a lot of convection, but it hasn't been really organized enough that it's a tropical depression. Now, I will say it has some winds that have been tropical storm force. So if we do get that close circulation and it gets a little bit better organized, it is likely to become maybe just straight to a tropical storm, but it could be a depression, then a tropical storm even later this afternoon, Friday afternoon and Friday evening. So really encourage you to watch that. Chances of development around 90%. Let's take a look at the 11 o'clock update on this potential tropical cyclone number one, being the first one of the Atlantic season. It is forecast to eventually become Tropical Storm Alex, making a landfall sometime early Saturday and then working across Florida, South Florida, Saturday during the day and getting back out over the Atlantic by late afternoon or early evening Saturday. It then is likely to continue off and eventually pass just a little bit north of Bermuda as a tropical storm. So this is what we're looking at. The general path would keep that center of circulation well to the southeast. So no direct impacts expected for Hampton Roads. Now you might be thinking, okay, how certain are we that this is the case? You can see numerous tropical storm warnings are up. Western Cuba, South Florida, the Florida Keys, northwest part of the Bahamas, they're all under tropical storm warnings. You look at the spaghetti plot and look at the model packing. All of the models very much in agreement. We've got one outlier, and that one kind of does its own thing, but everything really in close agreement that this will stay off to our southeast. So what does it mean for Hampton Roads? Well, again, the harshest impacts of the system will miss us to the south. I do think that we could see some rougher surf developing for the Outer Banks, especially late in the weekend and into early next week. The waves building at Virginia Beach a little bit, and a rip current threat will likely elevate a little bit as well, especially as we get some of that wave action building early next week. So those are the general way things are shaping up for Hampton Roads with this system. We will, of course, keep you updated. Again, waiting to see if this becomes a tropical depression or a tropical storm. Could happen later this afternoon. I encourage you to stay tuned to 13 News Now on air. You can always get the forecast online and on the go with our mobile apps. Stay weather aware and stay up to date on the tropics.